Boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials. And in this session, we continue to talk about gametogenesis. And in our previous session, we talked about spermatogenesis, that is, how sperms are generated or taken birth. Now, in this session, we are going to talk about the female gamete, that is, ovum, how functional ovum gets generated, the process of formation of haploid ovum. Look at that, haploid. What do you mean by that? Try to recollect. Ploidy means set of chromosomes. Haploid, half. That is, compared to diploid ovum, ovarian cell, haploid ovum will have one set of chromosomes less. So numerically we write N, haploid ovum, and from diploid oogonial cells. So diploid is 2N, haploid is N number of chromosomes. So this process of formation of haploid ovum from ovarian mother cells, diploid ovarian mother cells from the ovary, is called oogenesis. So this begins at, as I said, in a female at embryonic development stage only, and physically and physiologically we see this process taking place in a girl at the age of around, say, 9 to 10 years, and we say the girl is biologically matured. And as all of you know, people celebrate this when a girl becomes biologically matured, because there are so many females who cannot undergo biological maturity, and this leads to a problem. The girl, if not treated, will not become mother in future. Hence, it's a good sign that a female becomes biologically matured. How does it happen? As I said, the gamete mother cell, here we say ovarian mother cell, having diploid number of chromosomes, will start undergoing cell division. So at birth there will be millions of ovarian cells, and in due course, when it undergoes prophase 1, that is, where do you see this prophase 1? In meiosis. So in meiotic first one, prophase 1, lot many changes will be there, and a small spherical cell will be formed, that is primary oocyte. So this primary oocyte will be surrounded by many granulosa cells, just something like epithelial cells, and these surround themselves around the primary oocyte, forms primary follicles. So look at that. At the age of puberty, at the age of biological maturity, 60,000 to 80,000 will be present in the ovum and a female. Of course, thank God, only some of them get fertilized, and thank God that with all that, our country has got 130 crores population. And in a secondary follicles, that is, when primary follicle is further surrounded by more granulosa cells, and of course layers, thick layers around it called theca, then we say secondary follicles. And in our tertiary follicles, that is, primary follicle leads to formation of secondary follicles having more layers around it, like, theca or layer, theca interna, which is very, very vascular, and theca external. So when secondary follicle is surrounded by so many layers of theca, and it has got a cavity, that is the character, fluid filled cavity called antrum. Remember antrum? Fluid filled cavity present in secondary follicle, and this forms what is known as tertiary follicle. And the tertiary follicles will be having, look at that, 10 to 15 layers. And primary oocyte within the follicle, size increases first, and for meiotic division takes place. Unequal large haploid secondary oocyte and first polar body will be formed. And the secondary oocyte, it retains a rich cytoplasm, and tertiary follicles will get further into what is called Graafian follicles, and these Graafian follicles will be very thick in size, and primary oocyte will form secondary oocyte, ovum, and we will know about that in the next session, that is the structure of ovum. And the Graafian follicles ruptures and releases ovum, and the Graafian follicle gets ruptured. So here we can see how this happens. This is section of functional ovary, and you can see the development right from the release, ovulation. This is important, ovulation. So ovulation is the process of release of functional ovum from ovary to outside. So we start off with primary oocytes, okay, and these primary oocytes will develop a lot of thick follicles. Look at this thickness, the size keeps on increasing, and the primary oocyte, of course, inside is becoming secondary oocyte here, and the secondary oocyte will have a lot of layers around it. We call it a Graafian follicle. So primary follicle, secondary follicle, Graafian follicle, and inside the primary oocyte becomes a secondary oocyte, and that gets matured, becomes egg, and this egg gets released, and this process is ovulation. So the oocytes are arrested in the early part of meiotic phase 1, that is in diplotin. Each primary oocyte then gets surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells called primary follicles. The primary follicle gets surrounded by more layers of granulosa cells, as you are seeing here, more layers, and these are called secondary follicles. The secondary follicle soon transforms into tertiary follicles, and these are characterized by fluid-filled cavity called antrum. I explained to you in the previous chapter, and we can see in this also, the antrum. Look at this, okay. And it is at this stage that a primary oocyte within the tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its first meiotic division. It is an unequal division resulting in formation of a large haploid secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. We'll see in this next slide. You can see here oogonium, and it is undergoing mitosis. This is diploid in nature. This undergoes mitosis, forms equal cells. So oogonia will be formed. Oogonia plural, oogonium singular. And this undergoes cell growth, mitosis, becomes matured, and of course just observe that 2n is being maintained. Diploidicity is maintained. And this now undergoes meiotic 1, that is reduction division, I told you. So it forms, the primary oocyte forms secondary oocyte and one polar body, first polar body. And first polar body, of course, will further undergo and form two more polar bodies. And the secondary oocyte will undergo meiotic 2 and form one functional ovum. This is functional ovum, and this is polar body. So totally there are 3 polar bodies and 1 functional, and all these 3 polar bodies will become food for this growing ovum. So that's how, luckily, in a female, when she becomes biologically matured, only 1 functional ovum will be present in a month. Imagine, in the case of spermatogenesis, from one sperm producing cell or sperm mother cell, we got 4 sperms, whereas in female, thank God, it's only 1. With that only our population is 130 crores. That's altogether different story, of course. So oogonia enters into meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 and form these structures. And further, we can see here multiplication. So oogenesis takes place in 3 stages. One is multiplication phase, growth phase, and maturation phase. So in multiplication phase, you can see certain primary germ cells of germinal epithelium will undergo rapid mitotic division, mitosis. This happens. This is multiplication. It results in formation of group of oogonia. Look at that. This is oogonia, and these are diploid. And each group of cell forms a rounded mass called egg nest. Okay, around that. And in the second one, growth phase, we can see it's a long duration, 12 to 13 years. And one of the diploid oogonia undergoes growth, increasing in cytoplasm and accumulation of yolk, and transform to enlarged oogonia called primary oocyte. This is the second one, primary oocyte. And the primary oocyte also, see the size and observe the number of chromosome sets, number of sets, 2 and diploidicity. So the other oogonia form single layered follicular, that is primary follicle, and further layers secondary follicle and tertiary follicle, and finally matured one, Graafian follicle. So the Graafian follicle finally gets released, and secondary oocyte or functional ovum gets released. That's maturation. A fully grown primary oocyte, this one, primary oocyte, undergoes first meiotic division, resulting in formation of 2 unequal sized Look at this. This is big, this is small. That's why we say unequal sized. And the larger secondary oocyte, this is secondary oocyte, and a small polar body. This is polar body. Okay. And the larger secondary oocyte undergoes meiotic 2. And I told you meiotic 1 is reduction division, RD. Meiotic 2 is ED, extra division or equal division, meiotic 2. So this meiotic 2, which is equal division, will form same number of chromosomes. Look at that, haploid, haploid, haploid. And secondary oocyte forms new membrane, zona pellucida, and that becomes Graafian follicle. So the first polar body also undergoes equal division to produce 2 cells. This also undergoes. So polar body, polar body. So with this, the functional oocyte will be formed. Look at this. This is the functional ovum. So thus, during oogenesis, 4 cells are produced. 3 polar bodies and 1 functional ovum. And the functional ovum is responsible, or it is the female gamete, female reproductive cell. Look at that, ovary, and the cells, many will be there. They undergo cell differentiation, form oogonia. Oogonia will undergo mitosis, form primary oocytes, and the primary oocytes will have layer, primary follicle, and then it undergoes 2 divisions, meiotic 1, meiotic 2. Secondary oocyte will be formed, first polar body will be there, and this secondary oocyte will form further this functional ovum. So thus, functional ovum will be formed at each level. And during this process of menstrual cycle, we understand how the ovulation takes place, that is, release of functional ovum from ovary. We'll discuss this in detail in our next session.